Well, what have we here tonight? We have ourselves another episode of Smackdown to review. Surely not even close to what we saw last night on Raw, with 2 hours of great television, in my opinion, with the first 2 hours of Monday Night Raw. Tonight, again, was pretty much another missable Smackdown, minus the first and what happened at the end. We had, of course, it was announced before last night's match was, but we had another 6-woman tag match between the same 6 women on this show that we've seen over and over and over. The Royal Rumble's over. We need to end this Absolution and Riot Squad on both shows. This is just, I don't understand. Like, of course, this is gonna end at FastLane. They did make a match tonight. All championship matches for FastLane were made tonight, with Bobby Roode versus Randy Orton. The Usos get their tag. The Usos versus the New Day again, because we've seen the Bludgeon Brothers getting built up, but they really haven't faced any competition. So I guess they're holding it off to WrestleMania. So we have another month of this. We had Ruby Riott pretty much be challenged by Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's Championship, and of course we already had the Fatal 5-Way. But it's like, may I ask? This happened in NXT too, and it makes no sense to me. When did it start? When did it become the champion challenges the person they want to face for the title? I thought it was. What happened to the challenger says, "Hey, I want to face you for the title. What do I have to do to earn a shot?" Now it's, I'm gonna beat your ass if I'm the champion. I'm gonna whip your ass if I had to put the SmackDown the title on the line. So be it. Who made this? Who's been booking these ideas? Because this makes absolutely no sense. Why would they even do this? Oh my god, it's like, seriously, this is the women. There was a thing on WWE's Twitter page around the time SmackDown started, and they asked about the Women's Elimination Chamber and the Men's Elimination Chamber match. Which one are you more excited for? And I said, neither. Maybe you should book the women better before you actually even consider this match, because on both shows, I didn't say all of this, but both shows have just been awful since Survivor Series. Of course, SmackDown had Clash of Champions, so their title got a little bit more love than Raw's title, but both titles since after Clash of Champions really had taken a backseat to the Rumble. Now the Rumble's over, and they feel more irrelevant than ever. Why are there 2 women's championships when you don't even have enough women, like legit women, for a division on both shows? And don't tell me, just bring more women up to smack from NXT. It will work out, because that's just a load of baloney, and I don't even want to deal with that. We also had Jinder Mahal, the modern day Failure Raja, make himself known tonight. It was him pretty much stirring the pot between Bobby Roode and Randy Orton about Bobby Roode's supposedly top 10 list, what he voted on, which who cares? This top 10 list is irrelevant already. They made this top 10 list 2-3 weeks ago, and it doesn't even matter anymore. So just leave it alone. I don't want to hear about it again. It's irrelevant already. At least back when Impact Wrestling TNA did a top 10 list, I think that was voted on by fans and superstars as well. That had championship implications. The person who is number 1 will get a number 1 contenders match down the line. Not like this, where it's like, here's what the top 10 voted superstars are, voted on by their peers. It means absolutely nothing. Let's throw it into a useless storyline for the United States Championship, which Jinder Mahal is not even in that match right now. But it would not surprise me if he's going to be inserted in the match between now and FastLane. If he's not, then that's fine, because I'd rather see Randy Orton versus Bobby Roode 1-on-1, and Jinder Mahal, they can leave till WrestleMania if they want to. Once again, I don't have the ability to use any clips or anything for this show, so it's all just going to be me. I can't even do my opening theme because this thing just wants to be like that. Show started off with AJ Styles being brought to the ring by Renee Young. He does have a new jacket on, which, updating the look a little bit. AJ is asked about the Fatal 5-Way as AJ Styles is chanted in the crowd. They can't even get the question in all the way, and the crowd just starts chanting AJ Styles. So Vince, again, if you even think for a fucking second to give Dolph Ziggler, Baron Corbin, Kevin Owens, or Sami Zayn the WWE Championship, and have AJ Styles say, I'm invoking my rematch clause, now it's a triple threat at WrestleMania. Don't even fucking do it. You will have so many people booing your show, so don't even fucking do it. He's asked if he's in control of his destiny. He looks up at the WrestleMania side and says he's still in control of his own destiny. He feels like any man I steps in this ring with, I can beat, and I back that up my whole life. This Fatal 5-Way is a big problem in and out of the ring. He takes Renee Young over to the end of the ring, says, I would love to put Kevin Owens through the announce table at FastLane, but at the same time, Sami Zayn could be getting pinned by Dolph Ziggler. He brings Dolph Ziggler up in both of these things as if Dolph Ziggler is going to win the championship, which I hope the fuck doesn't happen. Again, I do not want to see Nakamura, who earned the right to face the champion one-on-one. This should not be a Chris Benoit 2004 scenario where Chris Benoit wins the Royal Rumble, says, I want to face the champion, the world champion at WrestleMania, and it ends up becoming a triple threat match, which was a great match, don't mind you, but they still should have had it. It's a one-on-one. You win the match, you win the Royal Rumble, you get a one-on-one match. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is what makes the Asuka versus Nia Jax match moot, because why are you going to have Asuka go and challenge Charlotte, which also tells you she's not going to lose that match. We'll get to that on Thursday or Friday with news rumors. We'll get with preview and predictions of Elimination Chamber, but it's just, no, we do not need to see any more triple threat matches. We're going to see 2 or multi-man matches. We're going to see probably 2, 3 of those at WrestleMania. It would not surprise me if the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championship matches every team that's available in a tag team turmoil or something. AJ then says, he says these stairs are meant for Zayn's face, and I would love to be putting him there, but at the same time, Kevin Owens could be pinned by Dolph Ziggler in the middle of this ring. But individually, one-on-one, I could beat everyone. He runs down his 4 opponents and how he can beat all of them. Before he can get to Baron Corbin, though, Baron Corbin's music hits. He makes his way to the ring, typical WWE booking. The champion or challenger is out there, especially in a multi-man match, and multiple opponents come out and they bicker. That's all that happened here. You had Baron Corbin come out saying how he has AJ Styles' number because he beat him at Hell in a Cell for the U.S. title. No, he did not. He beat Ty Dillinger. AJ Styles was not the man to take the pinfall, but he did beat him in the rematch 2 nights later. Corbin says if AJ can beat him, I will stop you before you make a fool out of yourself and all that good stuff. He says AJ is just an athlete and I'm a fighter and I will enjoy winning that title. And either way, you're looking at the new WWE champion. Kevin Owens makes his way to the ring without Sami Zayn, so they're playing off of what happened last week with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens laying each other down to make it from making it a triple threat match to a fatal 4-way, then a fatal 5-way. Owens said he's sick of hearing you two. AJ, don't worry about running here and there, and at FastLane, because I'm going to put you through the announce table at FastLane. Owens calls Corbin a scared punk. Corbin calls him a punk back. Owens says you don't deserve to be at the title match at FastLane, and he is absolutely right. They brought this top 10 list out for no reason. If all you're going to do is give guys who aren't even on the list a chance at the championship. Ty Dillinger, for whatever reason, is number 10. Where's he at in this? Why is he factoring this? I know Shane McMahon is not happy that Daniel Bryan gave Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens another chance at the WWE Championship, but why, out of all of your roster, why is not Rusev or Ty Dillinger on this match? Why is it Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler? What have these two done to earn a championship match at Fastlane? Oh, I guess Dolph Ziggler earned his championship match because he went and signed a $1.5 million for a year contract, being the highest paid full-time wrestler in WWE right now. I guess that warrants a championship match. What has Baron Corbin done? Absolutely nothing. He has been irrelevant since before the Royal Rumble, after the Royal Rumble, but now he's in the championship match. For what reason, I don't even know. Owens starts bringing up Shane's vendetta. Shane says he didn't. AJ says he didn't listen. He wasn't listening, and called Zayn a lance or something, a legion or lance or whatever it was on his back. Owens says he doesn't need Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn let him down. He starts to talk about the vendetta that Shane McMahon has against him again. Here comes Shane. Which, of course, it's just like, I was surprised it wasn't all 5 men, because, you know, usually when you have a multi-man match like this, all participants come out, they have a nice little bicker fight between everybody, and then the GM or commissioner comes out, makes matches, or a match, which I just have a feeling when we get to the go-home show for FastLane, we are going to get another gauntlet match, this time only 5 men instead of 7, so, you know, if Raw can do it, SmackDown can do it as well. He sets up Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler and Baron Corbin versus AJ Styles in the main event. Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler is right now. We come back from break and Ziggler's off to a hot start on Kevin Owens. On the outside, Owens attacks and slams Ziggler on the announce table. Drop kick by Ziggler back inside sends Owens to the outside again. Owens was outside in this match a lot tonight, so you know that's just him being the scared heel. Oh, I don't want to fight. I just want to sit there and rest. Back outside, Ziggler takes it to Owens. Back inside again. Owens gains control until Ziggler with a drop kick to Owens, who goes back outside. Ziggler heads back out but gets grabbed and tossed into the barricade. Drop kick to Owens, making him fall to the outside again. Gonna hear that a lot. Ziggler heads back out and goes to toss Owens into the ring apron, but Owens reverses that and tosses Ziggler instead. Owens goes for a senton but misses. Owens goes for a suplex again to Ziggler, but gets blocked twice, and Ziggler hits a nice, beautiful looking suplex onto Kevin Owens. Ziggler drags Owens' face on the top rope. He takes it and just a nice little, not all the way across, just a little bit, which I know he doesn't really do it. It's just how it's made to look. But I know back in the day they used to actually drag their face across, but of course nowadays they don't do that. But it's still a nice looking spot. Kicks to Ziggler's knee, Ziggler into the turnbuckle. Owens hits the cannonball for a 2 count as we go to break. Back from break, both guys are getting counted out by the referee. Apparently, what happened to the pic? This is something I'm wondering. What happened to the picture-in-picture? Every so often, minus the main event again, it used to be for picture-in-picture. You would see the SmackDown logo go across the screen, and the picture-in-picture would start. Recently, I don't know when this started, maybe at the beginning of the year, maybe they canceled picture-in-picture, and they just haven't taken it out of the script for SmackDown. You see the SmackDown logo start to go up. It might just be me, I don't know. PlayStation View might not allow picture-in-picture, but you see just a regular commercial, and it's like, did they cancel picture-in-picture? But apparently, they show that these two stumbled onto the outside, and like in a big spill, and that's why they were on the outside. They get back in, and Ziggler hits a DDT. Both men are down. Elbow by Dolph in the corner. Then Ziggler sidesteps Owens, who hits the shoulder in the post, which you see that spot. That spot is well overdone. The shoulder into the post. It's like the cruiserweights don't do it, but like everyone else seems to like do it it's not necessary. Oh, I'm gonna run and hit you with my shoulder. Move out of the way. Shoulder into the post. Just well overdone. Just like the Tower of Doom, which I expect at least in the Elimination Chamber for both the men and the women this Sunday. I expect at least 1 or 2 Tower of Dooms. And when we get to this Fatal 5-Way, same thing. Ziggler super kicks missed into a gutbuster into a Vader Bomb elbow. I thought it was a Vader Bomb, but on the replay you actually see him turn and make it an elbow. So nice little spot there. Owens on top, Ziggler stops him. Ziggler goes for a suplex. Owens stops that and knocks him off, but Ziggler back up and tries to do something again, but then gets knocked off. Owens goes for a swanton but gets blocked in the knees. Ziggler hits the Famouser for a 2 count. Both men dodge a super kick. Powerbomb turned into a zigzag for only a 2 count. Stinger splash by Ziggler, then Zayn runs down. You hear Zayn, he hits a stinger splash, bounces off the rope. Sami Zayn's music hits. Sami Zayn starts running towards the ring, and like Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel last night with Finn Balor, he just stops on a dime, and Kevin Owens with a super kick, he just levels Dolph Ziggler in the back of the head. He just, boom, right in the back of Dolph Ziggler's head, knocks him clean out, 1, 2, 3, and Kevin Owens is your winner. Sami Zayn heads to the back, just clapping and like, good job, Kevin, good job, you did your job. That gets very interesting later on in the show. They show the top 10 list again for whatever reason, I don't know. And up next is the modern day Failure Raja to grace us with his presence, if you want to say grace, or you know, I can't even with this guy. He does say, now earlier today I made a discovery that shook me to the core. How this shakes you to the core? You got some problems, I'm telling you right now. And I believe that the WWE deserves to know this discovery. Rude has a secret, and all of you are in for a rude awakening. Ha ha ha. Puns, we have them. Top 10. Here is Rude's top 10 list, which I do not have it, and I don't care. All I know is Bobby Roode was at the top. And this is all they're going to do with the top 10 list. Have somebody, the disgruntled superstar who didn't make the list, come out and pick a fight with somebody and sit there and be like, oh, well, I should be going for the United States Championship. Oh, let's ruffle the feathers between these two. Oh, yeah, by the way, Randy Orton wasn't on this list. Who the fuck cares? This is just like, can this guy get... I thought we saw the cringe with this guy when he was WWE Champion. This is just awful. This is just getting awful. Bobby Roode comes out, and oh my God, he was in a suit. We are halfway to heel Bobby Roode. No, he was not out there in his, even though he has a match tonight in the Mixed Match Challenge against him and Charlotte versus Nia Jax and Apollo, no Cruz, Apollo. He came out in a suit and tie in the U.S. Championship. I'm like, we are halfway to heel. All he has to do is make that turn, and we have Bobby Roode how he should be. He looks, when he's not wrestling and he doesn't have a match on the main show, he needs to be in a suit and be the cocky son of a bitch that we love. Because this Bobby Roode that we have right now, I don't want to have. Roode says it's fair, in a fair fight you can't win. Pretty much says that Jinder Mahal is talking out of his ass when it comes to this list. Jinder's trying to bait Roode, but looks like it's not working. Roode says this isn't about Orton, this is about you and me, but here comes Randy Orton. Roode and Orton start bickering off microphone, and then they take out Jinder Mahal and Sunil Singh. Roode has his back turned, and Randy Orton goes for an RKO, but that gets turned into a glorious DDT. He says, no, you fool me once, not again, not again. Goes to celebrate and gets hit with the Colossus. So, Jinder Mahal, for the second week, I believe, in a row, he is standing tall over Randy Orton and Bobby Roode. Then we go to the back. Daniel Bryan's looking at the monitor saying, whoa, I didn't think this top 10 list would be so controversial. You only have three people are even making a deal about this list. Bobby Roode, Jinder Mahal, and Randy Orton. Nobody else on this entire list, other than when they found out what place they were on, have not said a damn thing. So, this list means absolutely nothing. You killed this list like that. So, I don't know what to tell you, but this list is just awful, and I don't want to hear about it again. Shane debating about the U.S. title match at FastLane. These two are showing more angst towards each other. Bryan wants Jinder Mahal versus Bobby Roode, and Shane wants Roode versus Randy Orton. They talk about pretty much fighting over the fact that Zayn and Owens are getting a championship match, and that for out of all their superstars, all these superstars that are way more deserving than Dolph Ziggler and Baron Corbin. Hell, I wouldn't mind seeing, well, Big E's the big power. Let's give Big E a shot at the WWE Championship. Have him go against Rusev, and then they have that whole angle they pulled last week, and then you have Big E and Rusev be put in the match. I'd rather see those two, because Big E deserves to have, after all the work he's put in, give the New Day something, because you're gonna have Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods face the Usos, and then you can have Big E versus in the Fatal 5-Way. He could take the pin, doesn't matter, but I'd rather see him and Rusev actually than you would see these guys. And Rusev Day, what has him and Aiden English been? The last 2 weeks, I'm pretty sure he wasn't on TV last week. If he wasn't, it was the Mixed Match Challenge, I believe. So they keep bickering back and forth, and then Shane McMahon says it's going to be Randy Orton versus Bobby Roode at Fastlane, and Daniel Bryan says, whatever you say, boss, and walks off. So these two are... This better lead to Daniel Bryan wrestling a match at WrestleMania, or you are wasting our fucking time. That's all I'm going to say. If this does not lead to Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon or Daniel Bryan versus Shane McMahon at WrestleMania, you are wasting our time. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. If this leads to no match, then just end it. There's no reason for this unless you're going to have him wrestle. 6-woman tag match, Riot Squad, you can name my enthusiasm. Riot Squad versus Charlotte, Lynch, and Naomi. Riot Squad end up winning this. I honestly do not care. But in the back, this was really interesting. Kevin Owens just sitting down in the locker room. Sami Zayn comes in. Kevin Owens wants to thank him, but Sami Zayn's like, no, I have to thank you. Before I started teaming with you, and yes, Shane McMahon's trying to split us apart, and I know things have been rocky, but before I started started teaming with you and all this stuff with you, I was doing nothing, spinning my wheels, and now I'm where I belong. I'm in pay-per-view main events. I'm going for the WWE Championship, and the only way I think I can repay you is that me and you take out all 3 of the men, and when it's down to you and me, I am going to do the right thing. Those words right there, I don't think he's really, being truthful when he says in this next part. I will lay down for you, and all that matters is you winning the WWE Championship and going to WrestleMania. So, there's a red herring there right there. I think Sami Zayn, when he says do the right thing, is not going to be giving Kevin Owens the WWE Championship. He just wants Kevin Owens to think that. So, that's where I think that's going to be. He's going to do something at FastLane that is going to screw Kevin Owens up. I don't know what it is, but we will have to wait and see. New Day versus Gable and Benjamin, tag team #1 contenders match. Both of these two, I really don't even think deserve a tag team title match. How many times are we going to get the New Day versus the Usos? Yes, it was the feud of the year on the main roster, but you got to give it a break. When this new draft, or when after WrestleMania, we need a draft. And if the Usos do not have the tag team titles coming out of WrestleMania, draft them to Raw. Give them the push over on Raw, because Sheamus is probably going to be done with WWE, is going to probably have to retire after WrestleMania. They're probably trying to do the best they can to get him to WrestleMania, if he really does have spinal stenosis or is getting it. But yes. Ugh, the damn graphics. Oh, the damn graphics. If I want to read what is being said on WWE TV, I will put the mute button on and I will turn on closed captioning. I do not need to hear the "Aww, Phoenix, don't you dare be sour" clap and just get rid of those damn graphics. What are we, 5? What are we, 5? Those you are getting ridiculed on TV, on Twitter, and other places, WWE, for these shitty ass graphics. I'm no graphics expert myself, but I could probably do better than that. That shit just looks like a 5-year-old did it. So you throw a couple emojis on there. Are you fucking kidding me? Get rid of these stupid, shitty ass graphics. I don't know who got drunk, who got high, who took some cocaine, ecstasy, or whatever drug you took to think that was a good idea, because those are just making your product worse. Match started off with Gable and Woods. Woods and Gable started doing a bunch of running and jumping and ducking and dodging back and forth. Benjamin tags in and hits a spine buster to Woods for a 2 count. Woods fights back into this match. Kick to Benjamin. Gut, but a running knee to Woods for a 2 count. Back from break, Gable has Woods on the top rope. They are fighting till Benjamin's knocked off. I had that spelled wrong. It's Benjamin, not Gable. My bad. Benjamin knocked off. Missile drop kick to Benjamin. Both men tag their partners. Biggie with some belly-to-belly suplexes. Gable with his own belly-to-belly. Gable is a freak of nature. This guy is, I swear, he's a little bit shorter than I am. I'm 6'1". I think he's 5'9" to 5'8". And this dude is belly-to-belly suplexing Big E Langston. This dude, Big E Langston, I'll call him Langston because I've known him, I've been seeing him wrestle since he was known as Big E Langston. This dude is a champion power lifter. This dude is strong as fuck, and this little dude is just picking him up and suplexing him over him. It is a spectacle, and this shows again how Jason Jordan was the wrong guy for the Kurt Angle storyline. Plain and simple. Not because of race or anything, because Chad Gable has the charisma and the athletic ability. He's better than Jason Jordan. If y'all remember, in NXT, after Ty Dillinger and Jason Jordan's tag team tandem broke up, Jason Jordan was in purgatory. He didn't know what the fuck he was going to do. Ty Dillinger went off to become the perfect 10. Negative 10 now, if you want, for some people. But Jason Jordan was off being like, oh, I have to find a new tag team partner, and he's going off with all these tag teams. He's losing matches. It didn't look like it looked like gloom and doom for Jason Jordan. Then Chad Gable, they had this thing where Chad Gable was sitting there trying to get him to team up with him. And then all of a sudden, like midway through last year, they're like, well, Chad Gable, you're a good wrestler, but we're going to use Jason Jordan. Because all these women just love Jason Jordan. What are you talking about? The biggest reason I've heard last year was that Jason Jordan was split from Chad Gable because the women love Jason Jordan. Really? Really? Because I don't hear because you can tell when women sit there and scream their lungs out for like a John Cena or Roman Reigns or some hot, like one of the more muscular, harder looking guys. I don't hear that for Jason Jordan. I didn't hear that at all when it was American Alpha. I don't know what drugs Kevin Dunn is taking in the back to convince Vince McMahon to pull these guys out of these tag teams and all these other storylines, to give them shitty ass storylines. But it needs to stop, because this guy was proven wrong as to why it should have been Chad Gable, and he shows it every single match he's in. When he was in a single star after the whole tag team breakup, and you had him going up against Rusev, yes, he lost the match, but he again showed why he should have been the star on Monday Night Raw, going up against the likes of Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose and Samoa Joe and Braun Strowman. Imagine him trying to lift over Braun Strowman and actually probably succeeding, even though it would probably take his back out. Yeah, I would love to see that. Okay, back to the match. Moonsault attempt, lands on his feet, runs into a Uranagi by Big E. Big E, Uranagi is nice, but nobody beats Samoa Joe, just saying. Big E for the big ending miss, sent into the corner, palm strike for Gable. As they both hit their finisher, Kofi Kingston, who just got kicked in the face. Kofi pulling these heel tendencies. New Day are baby faces, and like the end of their tag team title reign for the longest reign, they pulled off some heel tendencies like they did in this match, where he comes up and he starts arguing, like Kofi starts arguing with the ref. They hit their finisher. That's going to be the end of the match. Kofi then gets down and starts chasing after Chad Gable. Woods gets in the match and hits and gets Shelton Benjamin off of Big E. Discus form by Big E, by Xavier Woods, and a Shining Wizard for the 3 count, and the win for the New Day, who are now the #1 contenders again. I know it's been 2 months since these guys last had a tag team title match, which will be 3 months, I guess, in March, but it's time for these guys. It's time to take the Usos or the New Day and switch brands. Since the Usos have been on SmackDown since the brand split started, I think you should move them to Raw. Naomi too, if you want to. So Trinity and her son and her husband, Jimmy, can sit there and still be together on the road. They go to leave, and the Bludgeon Brothers music hits. The New Day watches the Bludgeon Brothers come down to the ring. The Bludgeon Brothers start to walk past the New Day, but Eric Rowan turns to look at the New Day. Harper goes over and puts his hand on Eric Rowan, and he turns back and they head into the ring. New Day are safe for now as they put on the main page of Twitter for WWE. So during this time, as we go to break, because it's the Bludgeon Brothers are in action next against a bunch of jobbers as usual, it's a time to give these guys real competition. I think it's time that these guys ask or demand real competition on SmackDown Live, because they should be getting tired of facing scrubs. They faced Breezango and they faced the Ascension and got the easy wins. Maybe they should go out against Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin next. And then after FastLane, you have them go out and they beat the New Day. And they go out and they beat everybody. You could have a 5-on-1 handicap match and just have elimination match. And just have the Bludgeon Brothers go through the Breezangos, the Ascension, and then Gable and Benjamin, and New Day, and how the Gable and Benjamin, I missed the tag team, didn't I? No, actually I didn't. It's 4. Like, you just have a 4 team on 1, and you have all the teams that aren't the Usos who are going to retain at FastLane. They should. But have those guys, like, have the Bludgeon Brothers just go through all the other tag teams, and if they win, which they should, they get the championship match at WrestleMania. And of course, like, it's 4 teams on 1. You have, or if you want to, you could do a gauntlet for these guys, and you have them beat the Ascension, they beat Breezango, and then they get Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin, but Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin make them work to beat them. They beat Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin, then they face Big E and Kofi or Xavier Woods, whichever one, and they fight, and Big E and Kofi then the New Day make them work as well, and then the Bludgeon Brothers pretty much just pile up everybody in the ring, and there you go. So before this annihilation happened, Charlotte, on the nice little selfie cam, pretty much challenged Ruby Riott to a title match. Again, when it seems to happen for the women, I haven't seen a men's match do it yet. But why is it women's champions challenging other women to matches for the title? Shouldn't it be the other way around? Yes, Ruby Riott later after, I think it was after the Bludgeon Brothers destroyed the competition, she said, "You'll get me Charlotte at Fastlane if you bring your title." But that would have been fine had Charlotte not already said what she said. Maybe they did that back and forth. Maybe they did that wrong. Maybe because, of course, these are recorded beforehand, obviously. Maybe they should have had the Ruby Riott one go up first, then have Charlotte go up, like Charlotte's response, instead of the other way around, because it just makes Charlotte look bad. Hey, I'm the women's champion. I'm going to challenge you instead of you challenging me. It did make it seem like the Ruby Riott one should have went up first, just in my opinion. And the Bludgeon Brothers, of course, destroy another set of tag teams. I'm getting tired of this. I want to see them in real competition. They've been built up enough. 2-3 months of this is just too much. Is that how weak your tag team division is, that you don't have anybody outside of the New Day, the Usos, and Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin? And Rusev Day, that's the 5th tag team. I did miss them. That leaves AJ Styles with Baron Corbin, which was a pretty good match later on. Another thing, okay, so we had the 6-woman tag match. Charlotte and Bobby Roode, who did get hit with a Colossus earlier in the night, have a match against Nia Jax and Apollo and the Mixed Match Challenge, which should be going on and should be done by the time I'm done with this, and this should be on to 205 Live. But why did she even participate in this match? And it looked like they had her knee get injured in this match. So you're going to have your women's champion go into the Mixed Match Challenge with an injury. Why? Does that just show how much less care you have? And enough. This has to be when Fastlane comes and Ruby Riott loses. The next Tuesday or at Fastlane, whichever, they need to disband this team of the Riott Squad. Liv Morgan should be a babyface, plain and simple. Her character is babyface, plain and simple. Having this girl who's supposed to be all happy and whatnot as a heel is just going against everything that she is. And these factions, they didn't work when you did the Divas Revolution back when Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte all came up, and it's not working now. End it now. As soon as Absolution should be done after this Sunday, plain and simple. End Absolution. Have Mandy Rose or Sonya Deville eliminate one or the other, and that just breaks them up. Plain and simple. This needs to all be done as we go into WrestleMania. Winners were the Riott Squad, but they did not pin Charlotte, so the fact that the match happened anyway, getting named for this show just made no sense. Baron Corbin versus AJ Styles. Baron Corbin starts talking trash with AJ Styles with a kick to the leg of Corbin, and AJ is on Corbin early chops from Styles. Then a shoulder shot to the gut in the corner. In the back, they do flash up to see Dolph Ziggler watching on a screen. I don't know what's up with them having to see like have a flat screen and just having these guys just stand there and watch so awkwardly. I don't even watch TV like that. Who watches like anything like that? Corbin takes control, but AJ with some more chops. AJ attempts a sunset flip, but gets blocked. AJ does take control again. Eventually, AJ dives over the top rope and just gets caught in mid-air by Baron Corbin, who chokeslams him into a backbreaker over Corbin's knee as we go to break. Back from break, and Corbin with the running clothesline after a turn outside. You know, his nice little, he slides to the ropes, turns around, and hits a running clothesline. It's a nice little move, but, you know, it is interesting when it does get stopped because he doesn't hit it every time. There are times that he actually gets blocked. Corbin gets a 2 count. Corbin in the driver's seat now. Styles runs into the ropes to get Corbin off of him. Corbin eats the ring post as we haven't seen that before. You know, running his shoulder into the ring post. They did it in the Dolph Ziggler and Kevin Owens match. They did it here too. Something that needs to just go away as well. Styles with the sliding. This was a really cool sequence. This entire sequence right here. If you want to see something really cool, it started with AJ Styles, like Corbin's like resting on the apron. AJ Styles is on the floor. He runs up onto the apron, hits a sliding knee, and that's not all. Corbin over by the announce table. AJ Styles goes over to grab Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin just grabs AJ, chucks him over the announce table, gets back into the ring. AJ Styles pops up. He no-sells this. This is one of the few times that a no-sell is fine. No-sells this. Gets on the apron. Hits a phenomenal forearm for a 2 count. One of the best sequences of this match and of the night. Gorilla Slam by Corbin for a 2. I don't know if that's what it's actually called, but it's the world's strongest slam, but I'm calling it a Gorilla Slam because, you know, anyone else, you know. Corbin dragging Styles in the corner, shot to the gut by now putting Styles on the top turnbuckle. Just a big shots to Styles, who's barely hanging on. Corbin climbs up and gets knocked down. Dive missed by Styles, runs into a deep 6 for a 2 count. And the day is reversed into the calf crusher. Corbin wraps his arm around AJ and spikes his head into the mat. One of those moves that's like somebody in Corbin's size or Brock Lesnar's size. Yes, you can do that nice little grab him from behind and just shoot him down. Really, really just one of those moments that's like, now that it's been happening a lot, you do probably see fans all the time when somebody's actually selling the hell out of this and not pulling it off. It's like, do it, like, you can reverse it, just wrap your head around him. It's a really cool spot, but not everybody does it. AJ goes for the forearm again, but Corbin catches him, squeezing him by the throat. But AJ, he says, "You cannot beat me!" And then AJ punches him in the face, hits the phenomenal forearm, and 1, 2, 3. AJ Styles is your winner. Post-match, Zayn and Owens hit the ring, and they start beating the hell out of AJ Styles. They do throw AJ Styles out of the ring. Sami Zayn, for whatever reason, stays in the ring and starts celebrating as Kevin Owens goes to put AJ Styles through the announce table. As they said earlier in the night, these two are going to try and take everybody else out. But Big Baddie Baron Corbin has other plans as he hits Sami Zayn with the end of days. Kevin Owens comes in as well and gets hit with the end of days. And Baron Corbin is the sole man on top. Dolph Ziggler did not come out. This, I would have figured, would have been the time for Dolph Ziggler to hit the ring sneakily, even though we saw him earlier in the match. Sneakily come out through the crowd and hit a zigzag to be the man standing up top, but they didn't do that. Baron Corbin leaves the ring limping as the show goes off the air. Was SmackDown a great show? Not really. I don't know what's up, like, if you would have told me when they were bringing this top 10 list out that it wouldn't have mattered for championship purposes, and the fact that Jinder fucking Mahal was going to bitch and moan and groan and try and stir up between two guys who were on the list, then I would have said, don't even bring this list out. A list like this, if you want to do a top 10 list, I mean, if you play any version of WWE 2K, My Career, for like the last 3 or 4 years, or even the Universe mode, there's a ranking system in both of them. You have to win matches to go up the ranking. But this is not what this is. This is just a top 10 popularity contest. Have a ranking system. Of course, with the 50-50 booking, a ranking system would kind of be moot, sure. But If that's all they're going to do with this top 10 list, then get rid of the fucking top 10 list. Book the women better. This better be the last 6-woman tag team match between these 6 women. Where's Carmella been for the last few weeks? Where's Natalya been for the last few weeks? Naomi's, Tamina's hurt, but that's not the point. Where's Miss Money in the Bank been? How the hell she doesn't even feel like she has the title anymore. Where the hell has she been? She's been Miss Money in the Bank, and she's probably going to be the first person in history of the Money in the Bank not to cash in. The last time we saw Carmella, she attempted to cash in 3 weeks ago, and then she's been gone. Where the hell's Natalya been? That's 2 women right there who haven't been seen. Putting these 6 women in the same match over and over and over again just makes it boring and just boring and stale and not worth watching. Break up the Riot Squad. Let's have Sarah Logan versus Ruby Riott. Sarah Logan versus Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan versus Ruby Riott. Liv Morgan versus Natalya. Liv Morgan versus Carmella. Carmella versus Ruby Riott. Carmella versus Sarah Logan. Natalya versus Sarah Logan. And Natalya versus yeah, you know where I'm going here. Why are you only using these same 6 women? It's boring. I'm over it. I'm just like, book these women right. You have 8 women on this roster that can be used properly. Lana is not even a factor. I know she's won her first match on the Mixed Match Challenge last week, which who didn't see that coming? Just saying. But again, I don't care about the Mixed Match Challenge because it means absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things. But are you going to seriously just go with this? I am done and I am tired of all this shit. We do not need this shit anymore. Just end this bullshit that you have had going on. Get these women booked properly. After Fastlane's over and Ruby Riott's going to lose, it's going to be Asuka coming. She's probably going to come over starting next Tuesday. Asuka's probably going to be on SmackDown next Tuesday. She'll make a decision. We won't see her on Monday. She'll come on SmackDown next Tuesday, and she'll challenge the winner of Fastlane at WrestleMania, which will be Charlotte. And then, of course, we'll see her take on whoever the hell they want her to. That's going to be at least some fresh matchups. The reason they did Bayley and Sasha Banks versus Asuka and Asuka versus Nia Jax, this time Nia Jax will get pinned, probably in some fuck finish with the champion getting involved, but that's not the point. All we know is they need to book the women better. The U.S. title is going to need more work than having Jinder fucking Mahal come out there and sit there and say, well, this didn't happen because of this list. Shut the fuck up, Jinder. Just shut up. We don't want to hear it. Then, of course, we have the WWE Championship. I do not want to see Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler win this match. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are not winning this match. Period. They already have plans for those two at WrestleMania. That's going to have to do with Shane McMahon, and I don't know. Maybe Kevin Owens turns on Sami Zayn. Maybe we get Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens again with nothing on the line. I would rather see Kevin Owens. If they were going to do that, I'd rather have Kevin Owens win the WWE Championship at Fastlane and have him versus Sami Zayn. But since the fact that Shinsuke Nakamura has earned the right to face the champion at WrestleMania, they should not, and if they do, they're making the biggest mistake. And I have said this before, and I will say it again, this is the biggest match that they have at WrestleMania since John Cena and Batista won their respective titles at WrestleMania 13 years ago. That is my opinion. If you don't like it, that's all you have to. You don't have to listen. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, like, share with all your friends. Let them know this is just my opinion. If you don't like it, that's your own fault. I'll be back tomorrow for NXT. Johnny Gargano versus Johnny Sionamas. Career on the line for Johnny Gargano. And I don't know what else they have taped, and they have something else I think they said was for. But this is, of course, going to be the third night tomorrow of what was the third night of the first set of tapings for the last set in Center Stage. Next week we'll start second set of those, and I believe Ricochet is going to be on next week's show. We'll get to that when we do. Until then, my name is Franz, and I will see you guys tomorrow.